Hello and welcome to Different Perspectives. I'm Paul Ndiho. For more than a decade, I traveled across Africa, meeting with over 300 CEOs, founders, innovators, and entrepreneurs, documenting how technology is transforming lives and communities, from fintech to insurtech to health tech to agri-tech and now artificial intelligence. These conversations have not only shaped me, but they have shown me that resilience, creativity, and bold ideas are driving Africa's digital future. In this episode, I revised a conversation I had with Dr. Atif Farid Muhammad, Global Head of Gen AI at Global Technology Solutions, to explore the rise of artificial intelligence and what this means for innovation across industries. Hey, Dr. Atif, how are you?
Good. It's a long time no talk, no, but I do go through your podcast and your submissions.
Thank you so much. How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for doing this. I've been wanting to talk to you.
Thank you, Paul.
You are an expert when it comes to artificial intelligence, generative AI. I want you maybe to tell us what is artificial intelligence. When people talk about artificial intelligence, what is it that they are talking about?
So, as a human intelligence, you and me are talking. This is a two-way discussion. You are asking questions. I'm answering you with the relevant answers, keeping it sweet and short. Artificial intelligence is technically machines trying to speak back with us. Because machine is one party, I'm the second party, and if I'm speaking with the machine, then machine has to get back to me with some answers. I, on the other hand, have a humongous database here of all the actions I've taken, all the books I have read, all the schooling I have done, all the people I met. So there are a sequence of thought process I already have, but machine needs to learn to give me an answer in a way that I understand. So that is artificial intelligence in the go when we are speaking with the machine or machine is speaking with another machine. When we ask a question, it usually has a tone. It has a questioning tone. Can I have food? And if I am polite, please. And there's a question mark, which we don't actually mention in our language. But then, another person brings you food, or here, I have some snacks. Go get yourself energized or revitalized. That's human to human. But that food for an artificially intelligent agent is the data. And the more the data is, the more vitality, more life comes to the answer or to the understanding of this device. That is artificial intelligence. How to put your things in a perspective.
Interesting. So, what are the major key differences between artificial intelligence and generative artificial intelligence?
Okay, that's a very, very good question and very timely question, Paul. So artificial intelligence, as I just explained, is between machine and the data. Generative artificial intelligence is to generate on top of that data some output. So let me give you an example. If there are train, bogies or trucks, and there is no engine, but at the railway station, all those trains are full with the passengers. That means you have data. What do we need to actually take those all passengers from point A to point B? We need an engine. Engine comes, engine gets hooked with the train and choo-choo train. And then whatever is happening between point A to point B is technically passengers' context is changing with every single scenery. And so they're learning, there are deserts, there is an ocean, there are trees. And then they go and reach the second station, and then they have learned a lot while they have discussed internally, entered the communication that is happening within the passengers. Also, the engine's work is to actually generate emotion. So, generative AI, large language model, small language model, like ChatGPT, like Anthropic, like Llama, like all the Megatron and all that jazz, these are all engines. They take the data and they change the state of data and send us this information back to us in a human consumable way. So that's our understanding that expands on top of that generated content that is called generative artificial intelligence.
You just talked about some of the things that I wanted to look at. You talked about the language models, the natural language models, the large language models. So, what are the key differences? How can one, you talked about, for example, ChatGPT and other models that are out there. How can people use this effectively to do whatever it is they want to do?
So it is exactly the same way as you and me go to a customer service representative in person. So that's again human to human discussion. I go and ask, I would like to get a new driver's license, or I would like to get a new car plate. And then the person asks us back questions that, okay, when this you bought it, is it new or is it a renewal? And then all those probing and clarifying that we use in our good old market research allows us to communicate what we want and allows the customer service representative to revert back with the appropriate actions, and we have to sign and pay the bill and walk away with our new plate or new driver's license. Chat GPT takes our questions in that way. There are times when these large language models asks us back, can you clarify? Can you tell me more about this? And then when we go and share more questions, then it expands its horizon. It's exactly like a tree root coming out, but with different branches. One branch might have 10 apples. In the end of the day, one branch might have only 3 apples because of the growth. So it's a possibility that the branch which had 10 apples was more under the sunlight, and the branch under the 3 apples was having less sunlight, and there was a shade there. So the more metamorphosis happened on the side where 10 apples came. So what happens that there are external influencing factors that ChatGPT takes and creates or generates an answer for us that might be a smaller answer and we are not yet satisfied. Then we ask a probing question and then it becomes a bigger answer. Then it's exactly the sunlight was on the other side, so we had 10 apples. So that's how generative AI works on the back end.
To those people who are skeptical about artificial intelligence, the use of artificial intelligence, what can you say to them to alleviate their fears?
First of all, the fear is technically FOMO, fear of missing out. Otherwise, there is no fear because the machine is not yet capable to come and do some damage to us, unless the robots would be coming in the future. So we have to be very ethically and morally covered on that aspect. But the fear of missing out is something that is real, or FOMO, or false evidence appearing real. So the idea is we should give it a try. So it's technically exactly like riding a horse from point A to point B, but horseless cart or a car which does not have eyes, because horse has eyes. If there are two people coming from the other side and they are on the horses, horses can see each other. As a human, we can see them too, but then horse is capable enough to switch lane. Cars do not have eyes. Artificially intelligent software, which are now in the cars, have the sensory data that is coming in that the other car is coming and this car is going, so they can repel. There had been experiments done by Microsoft and Ford in that aspect. So fear should be false evidence appearing real rather than being scared of it. one must go and ask questions because asking never hurts. Ask and you shall receive. 20, 23 years ago, a very wise man said that. So hopefully this helps.
Terrific. Thank you so much. To what extent do you think artificial intelligence should be regulated? There are some people, proponents of this, they say, yes, we shouldn't regulate artificial intelligence because most of the tools that we use are still in development. But there are those who say, no, 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 no. We have to regulate artificial intelligence. For obvious reasons, people can use it to do harm. Some people can use it to do certain things that are not acceptable to the general public. You are the expert on the subject. How can we navigate those waters?
So being a PhD in cybersecurity also, other than the PhD in scientific computing, I look at ethical dilemmas, moral dilemmas, and the application of responsible artificial intelligence is significant. The containment, in my understanding, is not possible. However, regulation is possible. When we are crossing a school zone, we slow down. If a school bus has a stop sign raised, we must stop because the children are crossing the road. That is the regulation. That's the application of the law. If we break it, then we are putting someone's life in danger. That's a real life. So if and when the development would go to the next state of generative artificial intelligence, we need to establish some guardrails, some regulations, some ethical guidelines, like National Institute of Science and Technology in the USA, NIST, is looking into that for quite a while and being part of the NIST Associated Center of Excellence in Washington, D.C., and at Global Technology Solutions. We always try to have guardrails applied in our foundational models, which are the mother of large language models. So that's a must. And we must be restrictive in asking those questions even to the chat GPT or something like that, which can show the toxicity or negativity. Because toxicity and negativity is not bad for the individual who's even thinking and asking those questions. Hopefully this helps.
Yes. How about to those people who say that no matter what regulation comes in place, there are going to be some very smart people who figure out the system and beat the system?
Well, there are always those elements, who are influencing their ideas of using things which should not be. I mean, you cannot fly a car unless you have wings and unless it's a flying car. But if you try to do a stunt, you can. And there are good stuntsmen who actually fly the car from point A to point B. However, that all has a limitation associated. And those limitations are physical, psychological. You cannot put in someone in harm how long you will do it because the good in the society will come and overtake it.
From your experience, what good can come out of artificial intelligence?
The exponential growth in the vaccine creation, exponential growth in the surgery from thousands of miles away, the very, very promising studies are coming out where people are now conducting studies on disease elimination. It might take a while because obviously artificial intelligence or generative AI still has to go through all that humongous data that we have for hundreds of years in the books. Like not Jon Snow of the Game of Thrones, but there was a real Jon Snow statistician who figured out a while back how a disease was there in a city by looking at the water supply joints where there was a leakage from littered water into the drinking water and it was being supplied out and people were getting sick. And it's a while back. It's a real study you can look at on the internet. So that is significant that We now have ample at our hand in terms of foundational models, large language models, which can look into very minute details, which as a human, we might not look into. So yeah, there are very, very promising areas we'll be heading into.
What got you into this space? You are highly specialized in artificial intelligence. What got you, for our young audience out there, people watching you, people interested in maybe taking a career in this space? What got you into this space?
Mathematics, statistics. My teacher, when I was in grade 12, was a mathematician by trade in his R&D work, but he was teaching in the evening to all of us, a big class of 70 plus people. And he actually gave us two books individually. There were four copies that went into one by one. And he said, I would like you to read it as a reader. Don't try to understand it. And then when everything was happened, he gave us a chalk on the blackboard. Go write only two sentences what you think was out of that book. I'm talking 1990. And then that's where I started learning that mathematics can actually give you us or get us into an unknown which was not known for us. So again, four quadrants. And I went into that research. I did my first master's degree from Karachi University in artificial intelligence. And that was the alignment of the comorbidities and extraction of the medication from homeopathic medication, applying artificial intelligence, 1997. The idea was to apply my learning and figure out if I have a headache and I need a medication, what medication it could be, what it has been given, which had been handwritten by the prescriber in the notes. So 1997, you can imagine that there was no ChatGPT. So that's what took me, mathematics and statistics.
When you've talked to young people who attend your classes, when I was doing my research, I found out that your classes are some of the most highly attended classes by any measure. What kind of reaction do you get from students who come to your classes? You've also given lectures. You've spoken at different events all over the world. What are people interested in learning about artificial intelligence?
So you are absolutely correct. I actually do not invite students to join my classes, but they are just flocks and flocks come in. The idea is I share with them what I do in my everyday life. Like in my current organization, Global Technology Solutions, we are trying to resolve pain points for people, by people, using the informed decisions. So I share with my students that how our communication is vital, how our vocabulary is vital, and how we can apply the very basic mathematical formulae like set membership, like derivatives, like integrals, like all those measure of central tendency and dispersion in actual world. How we can get the answers faster. When we, and also I share with them that when you have a map and you are going from point A to point B and you hit a T, then you have to make a call whether you go right or left. Can you go straight? Yes, you can. Would you go straight? So I share with the students my real life examples that I have witnessed firsthand and I have implemented in my life. To make a decision is the most important thing for a human being at any aspect. And there are times when you're alone to make that decision. There is no one there to assist you. So you either go right or left. There's no wrong. Because eventually, if you went left and it was a bad idea, you will have a U-turn and come back and go to the right. So that's why I think students come. And obviously, I am extensively published. And that makes sense.
Interesting. I'm glad, I'm happy to share part of that knowledge and learn from you as well. Uh, the other question is, there are people who would want to make a career out of this new technology. Where should people focus? What opportunities are there?
So since I cannot do surgery, since I cannot do football, whether it's soccer or whether it's American football, obviously I cannot run all that 9 yards and
Can you
throw the
play
ball around.
cricket?
I play cricket, yes, 100%. But at my age, I might not be a very fast bowler, and I might still be a little bit batsman somewhere. I cannot never be uh, goalkeeper or the wicket keeper. The idea is, as a human, when we make a call, we must figure out what is the area that we are most intrigued with. If and when we figure out that idea. So here is a suggestion for everybody who's listening to this. Take a notebook and write down all the areas. It doesn't matter whatever it is. Now that's your first thing. Second thing, now put a star to that area which you think you know the most. Like if I put sports and if I put surgery, I would not give any star because I'm not. I can read about it. Can I perform it? No, I can't. So if I have a star for understanding, yes, but performing arts, no. So once you compile that list and figure out, then you have to cut those areas which are not your specialty going to be, and then concentrate on a list of 3, maximum 5 areas which you think you can learn and align mathematics surrounding it. Take some statistics because you need to work with numbers. And the base mathematics, base statistics application, technically statistics is an extended mathematics. But if the base comes in, you go and you're successful in the area. And generative AI, ChatGPT, Anthropic, Llama, or Gemini will give you ample closed information on your question, and you can ask further questions. So that is called probing. Probing is what's next, what's next, what's next. And then when you find out that this is the area I would like to look, then clarify. Okay, how deep I should go to understand this. And that is market research, which you need to conduct as an individual. And this is a decision that you have to make. No one can come and force you through to make this call.
Are there any of these new technologies that I would recommend for people who want to try them out?
Yes, there are. You can look at, we are launching a GTS RAG, which is a retrieval augmented generation. And we will be making it available for the masses also, as well as you can look at Vectera. You can look at Suno.ai if you are in the music. I'm not in the music. Even if I go and make Suno.ai music, I will just enjoy it aesthetically, but that's pretty much it. I don't know the ups and again, music is another industry where I'm no expert. So these are few that comes to my mind. I would suggest to give it a try to any co-pilots which are coming out. So you learn and you find the better call for you to make. But still, the charm that is in the book should not fade away from you, because book is the one whose cell never dies.
What keeps you going?
The R&D. People ask me questions, and then there are some questions which I take notes on. I still write by hand on the paper. That's the best medium you can do, because you could see your mistakes. When you cut something, you see that, okay, this is the area where I'm not going to go back. As Einstein said, the 10,000 times I failed, it doesn't matter. The success comes eventually, but you have all those lessons. So take notes, Make sure to carry on reading the new research. Make sure to read authentic research. Try to figure out, try to, cut out all the chatter. Try not to go and follow a person who is proclaimed artificial intelligence expert. There are tons we have now. And I respect you a lot because you ask questions, and when I met you in person, your questions were intriguing for me to answer, and there were a few which I didn't have the answer. So I conducted research. I came back, took mental notes. Take notes. Go and grow. Carry on reading, whether it's fiction, non-fiction, because both are parallel like a train line, a train track. Stay on the track, and then that will keep you on going with a complete motivation.
Anything to look forward to at GTS? Are you and your group are working on something that is exciting that we should be looking out to very soon?
For the temporary time, the tentative timeline, we are looking to launch a complete co-pilot on GTS RAG, which is the retrieval augmented generation, for anyone in a very domestic concentrated area. So it should not hallucinate. So if I am working in, for example, one of my healthcare concerns for a whole entire state, and I am a person of interest to go and ask who should I contact for my benefits and all that, it should not tell me that Tom Cruise has these benefits on his state. So it means it should be guardrail applied. We are going to launch it pretty soon, and all will be, whoever will be interested can use GTS RAG to learn and grow within a certain environment. So hopefully that will be a great thing associated.
Well, Dr. Atifa Muhammad, thank you so much for your time.
I am sincerely grateful, Paul. It's great seeing you. Hope to see you back in DC soon.
Very good. Thank you so much, Dr. Atifa Muhammad. Thank you so much for your insights. We want to know what you think about the AI revolution and how you are using AI yourself. Share your comments in the comment section below. Tell us what you think. And of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Paul Ndiho on Substack, X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Spotify.